Like he mentioned, had it not been for 2017 and getting back into diagnostics for me after a hiatus of 13 years, I was a little nervous at that time, I must confess, because it meant catching up with all that was happening in this field. But when we started back again in 2017, we were wondering whether we had taken the right decision. And very soon we realized that that is what we really had wanted, what our passion was in. So when Dr. Velu approached us earlier this year, I think it didn't take us long. As soon as we realized that here was somebody who had always practiced the similar philosophies, similar ideals that we had always stood for, most importantly, ethical practices. And I think he made a statement to us even before we had joined, which was the tipping point as far as we were concerned, where he said he wanted us to make sure that Neuberg laboratory would have the same kind of bonding within its staff members like what we had in the old Lister laboratory. Not Lister Metropolis, Lister laboratory. And that was a wonderful feeling it gave us, because yes, that was something we were very proud of. So it didn't take us long to agree. And I must add on to what Dr. Velu said. Today is an era of technology. Today is an era of everybody wants an accurate result and as fast as possible in the comfort of their homes. In addition, you are dealing with an audience, a patient, who's extremely well read, and if they aren't well read, they have Mr. Google to help them. So when they come to the laboratory for their tests, they come armed with a lot of information and they want to trip you up. I'm sorry I sound so skeptical, but it is a fact, because the Western world has influenced medicine in India in a very large way. So when you hear of people, and today doctors are at the receiving end of a lot of problems within the country for no fault of theirs. So you are dealing with patients and their families who are wanting to trip you up and make sure that you are not going to make a mistake. So it means that we have to be on the ball, making sure that we are aware of what exactly they need for their particular illness. In addition, we also have to make sure that they are very comfortable and dealt with in a very humane fashion when they come to the laboratory. So I think these are two things that our focus is going to be on: accurate results coupled with extremely good patient care, which everybody is going to go happy at the end of the day with. Because, and with the usage of technology as it's advancing. Dr. Velu has given us blanket permission. If something is needed, all that you need to do is to justify its requirement. So with that kind of a person heading at the helm of operations, we just can't go wrong. So in future you are going to hear more and more of Neuberg laboratory, I can assure you, and very soon we are not going to be second, we are probably going to be the first. Thank you so much.
There will be variation. Number one, first let's accept இன்னைக்கு ஒரு சாம்பிளை கொடுத்துட்டு இன்னொரு லேப்ல போய் நீங்க இப்ப ஒரே சாம்பிளை எடுத்து ரெண்டா பிரிச்சு ரெண்டு இடத்துல கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா மூணு இடத்துல கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா there could be a variation இருக்கும். அது இதே இந்த 132னா அங்க 132 வராது. எந்த டெஸ்ட் எது பண்ணாலுமே there is something what we call a CV or a variation up to about depending on 5 to 10% and எந்த பாராமீட்டர்ங்கிறத பொறுத்து that variability is accepted உலகம் பூராவும் அது. So it will not be the same 132 in every place. If same sample 4 இடத்துல டெஸ்ட் பண்ணாலோ அதே சாம்பிள 4 டிஃபரண்ட் மிஷின் ஒரே லேப்ல டெஸ்ட் பண்ணாலும் அந்த டிஃபரன்ஸ் வரும். ஸோ டிஃபரன்ஸ் வில் பி தேர், நம்பர் ஒன். ரெண்டாவது இன்னைக்கு ஒரு டெஸ்ட்டை பண்ணிட்டு அதே டெஸ்ட்டை நாளைக்கு பண்ணிட்டு நேற்று இந்த லேப்ல பண்ண இன்னைக்கு அந்த லேப்ல அது we had to set up a lab. I can tell you what happened in 1985. We have to borrow at 19 to 20% interest. I think all of you will know that if people who have been around there, number one. So one, you need to have that sort of a thing, money, to set up a lab. Today, the money, access to funds is something which is easier. So anybody who has funds or who has access to funds can start a lab. So it's become sort of a normal thing. But what is going to make a difference? And a machine ellarum vaangidala. The difference is going to be, we always say, machine should work, people should think. It's not like you load the sample, result comes out, so you take the result and print it and give it. So, but healthcare and especially diagnostics is like that. We need to look at a lot of things correlating or not correlating. So people make the difference. The thrust of Neuberg Diagnostics is creating and keeping together human beings who are committed and passionate about taking care of others as if they are processing their own family's blood and urine samples. That's the difference that we want to make.